Well, here we go again, getting ready for another game over the weekend. Nice 2 clean sheets for you, some goals, and I'm pretty sure you're ready now to try and make a good 7 days.
Yeah, we've had an okay week so far. I'd like to say that the fruits of our labours on the training ground are being, all bearing fruit into the games. With what we're doing without the ball and what we're doing with the ball. So, 2 clean sheets, 3 goals. Been a good week so far.
The one thing that you have done in every game, although it wasn't too many in the opening game against Charlton, is you've created chances. And if you do become more clinical, it does look as though somebody could catch for it.
Yeah, look, that's not. We'll take one more than the opposition every game, whether that's a 1-0 or a 5-4. So we're not getting carried away with ourselves. We won 1 game of football, so it'll be a tough game on Saturday, but it's one that we're looking forward to.
Just want to talk a little bit about Mikel Mandron. Chris Porter's led that line for you over 3 seasons.
Sorry.
Okay. Just want to talk a little bit about Mikel Mandron. Chris Porter's led your line over the last 3 years, of course, and done really well, become the top scorer. But Mikel Mandron's got in. Chris Porter, unfortunately, frustrated at the moment with a bit of an injury. He's really hit the ground running, Dave, not just in terms of his 3 goals that he scored, but his general all-round play. Was that something that brought your attention to him as well?
Yeah, Mick is a good player. Would we have thrust him in initially, straight from the off? Probably not. He's learning on his feet how we play, where we want him, what we want him to do. But he's made a terrific start. I have to say, he's made a terrific start. He's a great kid. He's a brilliant character. He works his socks off, and he's coachable. So when you put all them 3 things into the mix, he's going to improve, and he's going to play how we'd like him to play. And when he's added goals to his games, that's also massive for a number 9. So yeah, all in all, we're really pleased with him, the way we're going. Hopefully there'll be more to come.
Well, obviously we were covering the game for us the other night. We were fortunate to watch the games, and it was good for us to see both Tom Lowry and Donovan Daniels getting minutes under the belt. First of all, good for you, good for everybody that they're back part of the squad. Yeah,
Tom, that was his 2nd game for, since whatever it was, February, March time. So yeah, it's, another 70 minutes. Donovan, that's his 1st game for a long time. I thought he was outstanding, how he got through 90 minutes and what he did for the team, with the ball, but also the mental side to get through the game. Outstanding effort. And obviously Daniel played in the 23s the day after. So, like I say, we don't think we were far away with any of them players. And hopefully that their progress will continue, going forward, so that they're fully fit and functioning, and we can go from there.
No disrespect to any of your players who make the squad. You've got a good general all-round squad, but when those lads are added and everybody looks at what's the team sheet like, you look a real strong squad.
I think you have to be. League One, certainly into the Championship, you have to have, two fully functioning 11s. Now, are we there? Not quite. I think we're heading that way, and obviously need a bit of luck with injuries and suspensions and coronavirus if that pops its head up. But yeah, I think we're heading in that direction with our squad and our development of our own players and the supplementary players that haven't come from the academy. So we're trying to get that nice blend and a bit of depth, and I think we're heading in the right direction.
You're off on your travels. Well, you mentioned briefly about how good you think Oxford can be and what sort of opposition you're going to face. But the last time out away from home, you were at Hull City and came away with no rewards, which thoroughly deserved some rewards. Well, that's sticking in the mind of the players a little bit going into this game to know what they can do against, a sort of a well-accomplished side that you're going to be facing a bit like Hull in Oxford on Saturday.
Yeah, I think the whole performance will give anyone a bit of a shot in the arm, even though we didn't get the rewards we probably deserved. And obviously, that then carries on to MK Dons, and we do get the rewards, and the performance was there. And as I've said to the players every game, it's another chance to improve and another chance to go on, and that's the case, on Saturday. So, for us, we've got to remember that Oxford 6 weeks ago were in a losing, lost a playoff final. So it shows how close they came to being a championship team. So we know they're a good team. But at the same time, we played Hull 2 weeks ago. We're a championship team 6 weeks ago. So we know we can match them, and that's what we've got to do. But we've got to be better than them, and we've got to make sure I suppose that's the aim and that's the target.
You just mentioned that. That's interesting because both Charlton and Hull, as you quite rightly said, they were still playing 6 weeks ago, and Oxford were now also playing 6 weeks ago. Do you think in the earlier games that might have been a little bit of advantage to them? But now, as you've got a couple of weeks into the season, you may have caught everybody up.
Possibly. I think it can also be an excuse. I think it depends which way you look at it, really. I don't know. That's the honest answer. You could say yes, you could say no. Is it a factor? It's a factor. How much of a factor? Not sure.
What of Oxford then? Kenny was watching him against Watford. You would have done other reports as well. What are they? What are they all about? Are they 4-3-3?
Yeah. They've got fluidity. They've got good players throughout the team. They've also got a goal scorer in Matty Taylor. And they're a threat. They're a good team. They've got a certain way of playing. You can tell they're well coached. His Carl's been there a while, and he's got into them, and he gets out of them what he wants to get out of them. You can see that. You can see what they're trying to do. And we've got to be good enough to stop it and impose ourselves on them.
Yeah, so you're looking forward to a tough game. Just on ins and outs, where are you up to? The window's getting ready to close. You did tell us a couple of weeks ago about your central defenders. There are one or two supporters you've probably noticed asking about where Eddie Nolan is. I know he got his minutes on the pitch the other day. Where are you? Has Eddie just been out with the injury?
No, Eddie's fit. Eddie's training every day. There's nothing much to report with regards to Eddie. He's got to try and get in the team. If he can't get in the team, then we'll look at whatever comes on the desk, kind of thing.
Has anything happened with when you told us that about your two centre halves? Has there been any interest? No,
not at the minute.
So fingers crossed you could have a quiet time in terms of the other players as well, because that's one thing that we always say, don't you, when you come to the transfer window, let's hope those phones don't ring.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, and if it rings, it rings. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We're not in a position where we need to sell. We're not desperate. So anyone who thinks we are, then might as well not pick up the phone or send the email. We'll see where we get to.
That's a great sign, isn't it? That at the moment, in the state of play where everybody is, you've still got some months ahead, that you're not desperate, that people might think they can nick your players.
Yeah, look, if anybody thinks they can nick our players, then they're wrong. It's as simple as that. And we're all on the same page in that. I've said that, the chairman, the vice chairman, the board all agree on that. And any player that's asked a question, when we've explained it to them, they understand the reasons why. So that's literally from top to bottom. That's, we're all in agreement as to the reasons why. So, if the phone rings, like I say, it rings. If it doesn't, fine.